Okay. All right, audio level's good. I don't even know at this point. Machine's acting up. As always. I've had to disable Windows Update like 15 times already. It's not fun. You know, you should tell it one time, don't do this right now. It should listen. Okay. Now, everybody knows I'm trying to share this so I can alert the people to, hey, I'm on, even though they should know. This is my time. This is when I come on. But I have to tell them. Okay. Appreciate your patience. Just give me a second here to say yes. I am streaming and ready to go. I think we're ready to go. I think we've got everybody set. Everybody looks good. Can't wait. Overjoyed, ecstatic, entranced. Let's go. Okay, we are heading out into the world. Hello everybody, my name is Chris Unlimited. Welcome back to my channel. Alright, it's been a little over a week since I opened my garage up. And yeah, let's just jump in and see what jobs we've got today. Okay. Get my controller. Is it? Wow. Okay, so one test I'm doing here, I'm using a new browser that's supposed to be specifically for gamers, and it does seem to not take as much memory as Chrome. This is still a little choppy walking, but it's not as bad as it was. So that's cool. Yeah, okay, we'll take that. That one's an easy job. You know, for us mechanics, we'll take this 5 minutes worth of work. We'll charge them $4 million. Uh-oh. I'm also getting some weird not responding things with the game, which I've looked into, but haven't found a cause yet. Okay. I'd really like to not do the body work if at all possible. I mean, I'll do this. I don't like body work. I don't know why. I've tried doing it several times, and although it's super easy to find the parts, it's just, to me, it's tedious. I would rather tear an engine completely down than have to replace a door. And it looks ugly once you get done, so it's like, nah. Okay. Okay. Alright, you go to the number 2 setting. Let's grab another car. Alright, you've got like the least amount of... Let's do you. What the heck? It's an older truck, why not? Yeah, another thing I don't like about this, like, see these fenders? I would totally replace these fenders just because they got rust all over them. But what they want replaced, let's see. Probably the grill. Transmission noisy. Left door, left fender, right tailgate, rear window, front left door, window. Okay, so they want this door replaced. Why? Because it has a little bit of scratches? I'd be more worried about all the rust on the side here. But it's the way the game looks, you know. I mean, honestly, this much rust, we're talking like issues. Just flat out, you know, issues with keeping it on the frame, but we're fine. We're fine. All right, what do we got? This is our gears keep slipping. I'm just gonna bet he needs a gearbox, all clutch pieces, and a flywheel. Jack it up, boys. How many? Oh, clutch and flywheel. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, wait a minute. Yeah, before I even take this off, let's just get psychic here, shall we? Flywheel, because the game only has one universal flywheel in the entirety of it. And 3 clutch parts. Yes, sir. And here we go. Okay, Okay, so please, yes. Oh, I'm so happy the starter doesn't need to be taken off in the engine. Hey, Master, welcome to stream. Come to work on some cars, have you? All right, there's a set of gloves in the office for you. Put them on, grab a socket, and we're gonna take off this transmission here. Actually, you know what? You want to get started over there on that old truck. It needs a little body work. If you want to start pulling out the pieces that are on the list. See, this game could totally be a two-player game. Why, developers? Why? I want to invite people in. Just say, hey, you want to... yeah, you want to work on that while I'm doing this? Sure, sure. All right, here we go. Yeah, and a lot of this is just the same job over and over and over again. But for some stupid reason, I am thoroughly entertained by it. I don't understand it, but I am. I'm thoroughly entertained by this. Or when you have to hunt and go find the pieces, sometimes those are annoying. But at the same time, they're very satisfying when you get it done. How's my day? Oh God, how was my day? Okay, first of all, I gotta tell you, most of my days are like the same. Like all the time. And it gets repetitive and it gets boring and it's just dumb. But like this morning, I didn't get to sleep till like close to 4. Let's put the starter on. I woke up at like 6 or 7. My son was going to work. I couldn't get back to sleep. My tube was crapping up on me. I couldn't breathe. So, you know, I got jolted awake and then had to fix that. And then once I got that dealt with, usually I put alarms on to wake up at like 10 and 10:30 and then noon. That's like, noon's like my last alarm. I've got, okay, 10 and 10:30. And if you can't get up by then, you're getting up by noon. I took the 10 and 10:30 off because it was like 8 and I still hadn't gotten really a lot of sleep. Because I got like maybe like 3 hours. I'm like, I could get up. I don't want to. I'm going to feel weird. So I went ahead and took those off. I slept until noon. I set my bed up, you know, so I could breathe. Excuse me. More of that acid crap that builds up. And then I fell back to sleep, got a couple more hours in. The alarm went off, I shut it off. I set the bed up, and then I fell back to sleep till like 1. I'm like, wow, I gotta get up. Terrible, terrible, terrible. So, I mean, the morning wasn't great. You know, I got up, I watched the news a little bit, and had a burrito, and I had zero energy to do anything, and, you know, just basically struggled to get out of my chair to get in here to do this. So I'm like, leftovers? Nice. I'm out of leftovers. I'm gonna have trouble with dinner tonight. Okay, what do we got? Hard to control suspension. Hey, Slime Man, welcome to the stream. Brake and loud exhaust. All right, we got some couple easy things and then some hunting we got to go do. I was very impressed. The other night, I was looking for something in a car, and I actually was able to diagnose what it was that I couldn't find, and the game had like hit it. And some of these I've been just letting go because it's like one piece, and I just can't find it. But it was part of the shock absorber, so it was like the cap. I was like, aha, I could see it. I'm like, oh yes, okay. All right, so the easy parts first. Let's take care of the exhaust. You can just look at that. Look at all that rusted out garbage back there, and this suspension. It's like, oh God, look at all this up front. The right side. Look at that shock absorber, clean, brand new. Look at the left. It's terrible, 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 terrible. Oh, I don't need the. All right, let's get these. Okay, we need a cat. Front exhaust section A13. Okay. I didn't want to have to type it all out. section, what'd I say, A13? Yeah, did I say that? I think I did. Okay. Alright, yep, plop that back on. We need a cat. CAT. It's the only thing in the inventory that has CAT in the beginning. Meow. Oh, oh, no, don't put that piece on. Hey. See, I get some of these extra pieces like from doing jobs. And I'm just used to automatically just hitting A and just, you know, putting pieces on. I don't want to give you my +3 quality. No, that's for my cars. Not your cars. That's just exhaust pipe. Okay. Exhaust pipe. Yeah, just no A, B, C, or D. I feel like... Did you guys ever see that episode of Star Trek The Next Generation where they found Scotty? He was trapped in like a transporter deal for he's been in there for like 80 years. And he goes on the holodeck because he wanted to see the original Enterprise. And so he tells the computer, he's like, computer, show me the Enterprise, you know. And it's all like, must specify, you know, you want, there have been 17 ships with that designation. And he's like, you know, she's like, listen off, you're like A, B, C. And he's like, I just want the Enterprise. No bloody A, no bloody B, no bloody, just the Enterprise. And some of these parts, it's how I kind of feel, because it's like, would you like this A, B, C? I just want the original. You gotta do homework. All right, well, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know, I'm doing work too, you know, I'm out here. I'm busting my hump running this garage so I can pay my bill. No. Although, you know what? Let's get a little meta and deep in this. Technically, if I had like millions of subscribers and I was doing this on the air, live, and they were watching, technically, I guess I would be fixing these virtual cars for money, wouldn't I? That just gave this moment of surrealness that I wasn't foreseeing. Weird. All right. Oh. Well, let's see. I can tell why the brakes aren't working. Yeah. ABS pump is out, but I'm not going to dig into the engine right this second. Because I got some tires I need to pull off. Alright. I'm noticing a little bit of lag in the controls. I'm hoping it's not my update again. Good lord. I've killed 14 Windows updates. That's like no exaggeration. Sitting here trying to load this to get it to pop up. I had to 14 times. I had to tell it, stop, don't, do it later. Okay. Okay, I lied about that. I didn't tell it do it later. I said end task. I said just end it. Just end it. Don't bring it back. Just end it. I thought it listened the first time. No. Okay, I'm gonna need this off because we gotta replace the sway bar. Oh, good lord. We gotta replace the, what is that called? Front drive. I was gonna say drive shaft, yeah. You know, the drive shaft? Oh yeah, it's one of those cars. Oh, it's one of those. Alright, let's rip this. We're gonna rip the front end off of this right chair. And we're gonna take a break. And we're gonna come back to it. And you know, with my wonderful knowledge, but anytime I've ever worked on a car, it's always been our own car or somebody's car, and of course they need it like the next day or... Oh, good God, does that need replaced? Hold on, let's check. I mean, it's rusty. Ah, crud. Alrighty. We're gonna take everything off this side. That knuckle's looking a little rough. But yeah, I mean, I'm used to like, it's like, my mentality is like, okay, I'm working on one thing. And it's like, okay, we'll get this done, then we can go play, or we can go do whatever. I couldn't imagine this is a job. Like coming in and being like, okay, 8 hours, here you go. Just constantly, it's like, you can't stop and be like, hey, I got this car working. Nope, you got another one right behind it. Really? I think it would drive me nuts. So again, why do I like this game so much? I don't know. It's oddly satisfying. It is. And it's odd to me because I don't necessarily care for working on vehicles. And we've all, heard my stories before here. But it's like, yeah, I don't understand it. But yet here I am playing the game because I enjoy it. Maybe there's just some about, obviously being able to replace parts in minutes as opposed to having to tear it completely off the engine, having to go track down the pieces, this thing simplifying certain things like front drive shaft. You can't just walk in and be like, hey, give me a front drive shaft. And they're going to ask you, what make and model of car? It doesn't matter. No. Oh, you got some ribs. Now, hold on there, master. Are they like dry rubbed ribs? Are they overly sauced ribs? What kind of sauce is that? Is that like a vinegar heavy kind of sauce like KC? Is it more of a... You gotta get specific, man. Oh, and are these like, what you call it? Never mind, those are wings. I was gonna say, is that like Buffalo Wild Wings? They have ribs too, don't they? Crispy ribs. Crispy ribs. I mean, sometimes you cook ribs, they get a little crispy on the outside, but I don't know one specifically called crispy ribs. I used to enjoy a good rib. I can't eat them now. I can smell them though. Nice smoky barbecue flavor. Yeah, give me one of them front swayers. I don't think it had a bead. I like them when they're nice and like falling off the bone. Oh, it's so good. Front steering knuckle A. Yep, give me one of those. Of course, I like getting them, just saucing them up and going to town, Oh, I had one that was 100%? Really? Thanks for letting me know, game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can throw it back on. What's the... 71%. Yeah, I didn't have a problem with that. Okay. Half a moment. Can I put the rest of this on? I bet he is. You ever get a rib bone that's actually big enough for your dog to have? I've gotten a few of those and been like, you know what? This one's okay. Sometimes they're just so small though that like they'll just chomp them and be done, and you're like, yeah, that's not good to give my dog. All right, front shock absorber A. We need to make a front shock absorber. They need to put this thing somewhere more handy. There's nothing redeemable about any of these. I need to sell them. I don't know why I still have them. Okay, 1A, 1 top, and I don't know why they don't put shock spring, but oh, 1 front spring, please. Thank you. Guys, yeah, I'm telling you, man, getting old sucks. Getting old sucks. Especially if you have any kind of health issues as you get older. And I'm not even just talking about the ones that apparently make your, you know, significant others say, oh, you're no fun. I'm not just staying with you. Yeah, the fact that I can't eat ribs, oh. Sucks. You know, if I get in the mood for, well, usually if I'm in the mood for ribs, I'm in the mood for like, really barbecue of any kind, you know, it's like, yeah, I gotta get me some barbecue, you know, and I can get away with chicken. It gives me enough smoky goodness that you know, I can fake it, you know what I mean? Oh, but yeah, now you got me in the mood. It's like, barbecue. I don't know why I like saying it. It's like I can smell it, or at least smell like, you know, the memory of one that I had that was really good, you know. But yeah, we'll put this back on. There we go. Icky dicky. Okay, it did need brake work anyway, right? Okay, and they want 71%, so none of these brakes are gonna be good. Let's go ahead and just order. Let's just get 4 brake pads. Because it smells good. And you think that you as a human, you go, that smells good. Dogs have a better refined smell. Oh yeah, oh, you know he wants it. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna order 2 of these just because usually you don't wind up with all 4 being bad. There we go. Yeah, could you imagine if like you reincarnated as a dog and you still had like, well, I'm not saying like all of your memories, but like you knew what it was to be a human, you know? Yeah. Be like, oh, please give me this is killing me. I want to eat. The humans will not give me food. And a lot of stuff is like bad for them anyway. You know? That is not a shock absorber. What is that? That, yeah, it hovered on that. My brain went, uh-huh. Front drive axle. Yes, we need front drive axle C. Thank you. Yeah, dogs love things like that. But like, usually like if I had ribs and they were big enough bones, depending on what size dog I had, I would give them the bones. The bigger ones, you know, let them kind of gnaw on it a little bit. But then, you know, people are like, oh, well, you can't give them any of that at all. And I'm like, fine. But yeah, as awesomely hungry as you eat those and you're like, that's good. It's like the dog can smell like so more deeply than we can. I'm sure it's just killing him like, oh, he's got ribs. Oh, give me a rib. Please. Oh, we have to replace that too, huh? Alrighty. Couldn't have done it while I was already on the page, though. No. Break. That's why I usually, when I'm doing brakes, I like to just tear all the wheels off and just do it all at once. Trying to train your can Corso? Can Corso? What is a can Corso? Was that a typo, or is that like a specific type of dog? I don't know. I'm not hipping with it. Yes, put that on there. Thank you. Alright, what am I missing? Oh. Yes, let me put that on. Put the sway bar back on. So the tires will sway. Yeah, I don't know what it's been here lately, but... I mean, I know it's like... only 6 months. I know it's like 60 degrees outside right now, which is like the hottest it's been in a very long time. And I've been just having very low energy and just very low trouble, very high trouble trying to catch my breath. And it's crazy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we got to take off that disc. Yeah, brake pad was also bad. Yep, disc is bad. Ugh. Oh, this is probably bad as well. Yikes. That knuckle needs to be replaced. Oh, it's so rusted. It's so rusted. You know, we're just gonna take off the entire back end. It's just... it's terrible, terrible, terrible. Rear shock absorber, A, check. Rear suspension arm, gotta get that off to repair the knuckle. This doohickey, you know the doohickey. It's a technical term. It's a technical term, you know, doohickey. Thingamajig. You really gotta watch it though when you start getting to like the dingle hoppers. The doohickey. You gotta take the doohickey off. You gotta realign the what you call it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that should be bolted on both sides. Because in my head, that could fly off at any minute, but what do I know, you know? I'm just a virtual mechanic. Oh, also, this looks bad. That's one of those sneaky ones, isn't it? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You pop it in there, you don't think I'm gonna notice, but I noticed. So how's your day been, Master? I mean, must be doing okay. You got some ribs, right? He's eating them ribs. Yeah, it's like no joke. I have no idea what I'm going to do for dinner. Like at all. Usually, and like today, I have like no energy to sit in there and cook. So last night I had eggs for dinner because they were quicker, the quickest thing I could make. I was like, I'm done, you know? And it's dumb because I should have more energy than this. I really should. I don't know. Half of it has to do with my body, the other half's the depression. Yeah, even the temperature can affect me sometimes. It's like, really? Yeah. It's crazy. Like, if I get too hot, I already don't want to move. I feel like I can't breathe. And it's dumb. It's like, oh, he's too hot. Yeah. Oh, no. The heat's getting to him. It's like, it's 60 degrees. But I'm 100% sure I'm going to have to buy like one of those portable air conditioning units, because when I got in this apartment last year, it was July, I sat through 3 months of just sitting in there in my chair, sweating to death under the air conditioner. I'm not doing that again. I can't. I mean, I was sleeping in the chair. I had to bring my machine and everything in there. I was barely cold enough to where I was semi-comfortable just breathing. I can't do that again. So hopefully this year I'll have a couple extra $100 somewhere I can find. Well, my son's working now, so hopefully. But yeah, I mean, he even opened up his window like all year. I'm like, dude, it's hotter outside than it is in here. He kept his room shut off, so the air conditioner just sucked. But hopefully it'll be better this year. I'm gonna go ahead and buy 2 of these. One, 2, just have on hand. Okay, that way I don't have to keep. I had you open for a reason. Alright, now it comes to these guys, I'll buy. I get like 6 of these and 4 of these, just so I don't have to keep buying them. Alright, now let's see what we really need. Okay, rubber bushing. Bam! Rear axle knuckle. A. Blah blah. You know, every time I'll put EL or L instead of LE. Yeah. Rear axle knuckle A. There we go. Yes, one of those, my good man. We'll tighten that right up for you. Okay, shock absorber. That one was... Actually, they're both okay. You'd be brain dead? Oh, it's a lot easier to follow along with than what you think. Like right now, it's like, don't think for a minute I've memorized every part. Basically what I do, you know, when you put it on, like, you got part unmount or part remount, you know, when you're repairing. So see the outlines? You just basically have to hover over and just... Okay, that's good enough to put back on. Yeah, and then as you're putting it together, you can just auto buy, like, or not auto buy, but just go out to the store and just type in what you need. It'll take care of you. But knowing the trick in this, see, like that, I couldn't remember if that was bad or not, but I know now I need a rear wheel hub. So pull up the shop with one button and just type in rear wheel hub. Okay. Now I know usually with those I should just type in wheel hub. Save me some typing. You usually need one of these, the hub bearing. So I'll go ahead and get one of those as well. That just comes from the experience of putting them on. Alright, so just tighten that down. Yeah, it's actually a lot funner. I mean, I'm hoping I'm not boring people to death, but oh wait. See, I didn't need that for the side actually, so it's fine. Do I want to put the hubcap back on? I think I do. Okay. Alright, there we go. I'll put the disc brake. I got 3 of these at 100%. Oh, wow. We'll put on brand new set of brakes. How's a brake caliper? Need it replaced. Put that on. There we go. Alright, now we just got a couple more pieces. Some of these rubber bushings that I just bought. Because you always need them. That's like the one piece the game's like, I hid that on you, and I'm going to make you hunt it down. They're like, nah. Was the rear sway bar? Yeah, see, that's like toast. So rear sway bar A. Just rear sway. It's rear sway bar A. There we go. And we just slap it on. Or in this case, use the force to, you know, hold it in place mentally while we put on the rest of the pieces. I can't remember if this was bad, so we'll just try. No, we're good. Except, yeah, I've got 2 of them I can put on that are okay. I must have some from other builds. Ooh, we need a rear suspension upper arm. Rear sus. This guy right here, put him on. And see, these parts always also have the rubber bushings. So that's why when I'm buying rubber bushings, I buy like 6 of the regular and 4 of the small, because this piece needs it. And I got extra, so like I put on next job. Rear spring cap, yeah, I don't have any of those that are good. So let's do rear spring. Okay, I know I'm going to need 2 of these. And was that not... That was shock, wasn't it? Okay. That was not. Okay, I know I need 2 of these. But what is that piece called? Spring cap. There wasn't a rear. Duh. I can't type tonight. Hey, Red Sword, welcome. Master, that's a good question. Honestly, okay, I'm going to tell you right now, this is simplified. I've said that before, but this is very simplified to what you really need. If you had absolutely zero clue about what something was, I would say, yeah, it would help you at least, not necessarily, you're going to get a little more comfortable with the pieces and what they're called, but you're also going to get kind of an idea of how it goes on. So in that respect, yes. The tire on and off is spot on. You just got to take out your 4 or 5 lugs, take it off the car. But it's not, what it's not showing you is you're not going to have this nice lift to put it on. You're going to have to get out there and jack it up. And then you've got to brace the tires. Then you've got to loosen the lugs, pull it off. That's a lot of work. It takes a good, like, just doing it on your own, like as a teenager with like no help, no tools, just with your own arms. And depending on how quick you are, I'd say if you've never done it before, it'll take you a good 30 minutes. I get it done in like 5 seconds because I've got, you know, you're in the game. But let's see, taking the tire on and off. Wait a minute, what? I want to be over here, not over there. I want to put on the back of the end car first. But yeah, I mean, it definitely doesn't come into account like having to go to the store, having to get the right parts. But I will tell you, like, the disc brakes, it's pretty spot on. Now you're... Nah, hold on, I'll tell you in a second. Let's, like, this knuckle is not something you're probably gonna... You wouldn't be able to do that at home. You definitely wouldn't. Because you'd have to have it up like that to get all the weight off of it to be able to replace it. There's so many things that you have to like put it on. Hey, welcome back, Slime Man. But I mean, overall, like for changing the oil, spot on. Changing brakes, spot on. I wouldn't recommend doing tie rods because there's a little bit of, well, what they've always told me is hydraulics. I've never actually tried to put one back on, but definitely not like the shock absorbers. No, I wouldn't mess with those. There's hydraulics in those. That could take your head off, you know, if you don't do them right. And you definitely can't rebuild them on your own without that little machine over here that's a spring pulley. Rear axle knuckle, okay. Axle. I believe it's an A, okay. But yeah, like this piece, you would never try to put that piece on. There's just too many things that can come off or on or not work right. You would go to a mechanic for that. Even this piece, like the rear suspension, it would be iffy because you'd have to have the car completely up with no weight on it so that you could get it back in there correctly. You know? It's little things like that. But yeah, just doing like your bearings, no problem. Although I'll tell you right now, the hub bearing they show in this is way bigger than the one normally I put on. Also looks slightly different. But it does give you a general idea about, you know, what to fix. And, like, let's say rear suspension arm A. Okay. Did he miss last stream? I think he was here. I'm almost certain he was. I'd have to go check, but I'm pretty sure he stopped in for half a second. I mean, I'm definitely not going to hold it against him. He shows up pretty frequent. Even if it is just to say he's here to keep his promise. Okay, we'll put that back on. But yeah, see like this rear shock right here, this rear spring, you're not going to get that off. It's going to take you way more work than what you're thinking to put it on. Little things like the sway bar, maybe. But it depends, you know. Yeah, so like that piece right there, there's actually a little bit of the axle like kind of holds it on and whatever. Rear hub. Oh yeah, don't even get me started on like the engine. There's so many air hoses that they're not showing that these pieces just come on and off like it's nothing. And like when they're doing like the distributor caps and the spark plugs, if you take off your spark plug wires and you don't put them back on in the right order, you've screwed up your timing. You can't just flop them on and off like a part. You have to know which one goes where. You will screw up your timing because that's the order that they fire per piston, and they got to know like which pistons are up, which pistons are down. So you don't want to screw that up. But just overall, just to like know the parts and whatever, perfectly fine. Yeah, I knew I needed one of those. And just like they show like Chris, get the boat. You forgot the HDMI cable for your computer. Wait, I feel a little weird now. It's called education. And you've learned something. Wait a minute, did I leave that off? I think I did. Yes, I did. Did they let me put the... Wait a minute, did they let me put that... Did I leave? Yes, I did. They let me do that. Uh-huh. I knew I was missing a suspension arm. Rear sus. Yeah, I need one of these. Yeah, but honestly, like, if this part was bad, your car would almost probably be undrivable. I mean, just literally, it would be... You'd be bouncing so high, it would have broke already. You'd be riding... Your tire would be, like, riding inside your wheel well. There's no way. Oh, well, let's see. I think I have one of those. Yeah, right here. Yeah, like, when you walk in there, it's so funny to come into this game, though, because none of these parts, you're not going to be able to, like, lift up your car and be like, oh, look, they're all rusted. Let's take them off. They're all going to be covered. They're all going to be, like, black or gray. You know, so they've got, like, an oily... From the road, from just dust and dirt and grime. Everything under there is one color. Hey, Commander Fox, welcome to stream. Let's see, what am I missing? I put the brakes on? I put the brakes on. Let's take a look at my list. Okay, central rattling, got it. Ew, did I put some of those on? Did I forget the last one on the other side? Okay, I know what the last brake problem is. I didn't put the... Alright, hold on. You, sir? Really doesn't have the storage. You know, I get it. There's a lot of things that I don't remember either. Hold the phone. What the heck? Okay, that said that I didn't replace that. Rear suspension arm B. Oh, well, maybe. Maybe I'm thinking the wrong thing. Yep, I was. I was like, wait a minute, it's right there. No, I need a B. Ah, yeah. There we go. That also would make sense why I'm missing a couple bushings. Right there and there. See, that's just me being absent-minded. It's like, well, wait a minute. Now, if I was taking the thing off, like in real life, I would have seen it. I would have remembered it because we specifically took it off. That's just the way my brain works. Rear shock absorber A. Did I not put... Am I just completely blowing this? Rubber bushing. Okay. Rear shock absorber. Is that one bad? Did I just overlook it? Pick a number between 1 and 13. 9? What level is this? Oh, psh. Yeah, see, that was... Even though technically it's good for most cars, it was not the level of part that they wanted, so... Wait, is that an A or a B? I think it's an A. Probably wrong. Nope, was right. Okay. There we go. Oh, no, I just completely left this rubber bushing off. Even though I called it out and was like, aha, you're trying to fool me. Okay, let's make sure and check this side over here. But yeah, I mean, definitely by all means though, don't let a video game be like your only reference for learning, like car repair, because clearly it's got some issues. But it's pretty accurate. It's not, I'm not gonna say 100%, but it is fairly accurate. It's definitely a fun challenge to play. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not a big car guy, but I mean, we played this several times now. I'm like, the puzzleness of it just fascinates me. And like I've told you before, you know, I kind of hate working on cars just because of all the stuff I've done as a teenager, having to fix cars. Okay, we are missing some things, so. Okay. What do we got left? We still have a bushing or something. Did we get it? Haha, did we get it? Oh, tell me we got them all. Oh, Houston, we have no problems. Brake problem. I got, okay, I know what that is. Sweet. I just had to make sure I put on all the parts on the car and we're good. Okay, yeah, it's funny how that works that way. Slime Rancher it is then. I was 135 behind my B. What? Okay. Slime Man, you gotta be ready. You gotta be ready on Friday when we start taking on the free version of WoW. Commander Fox, you still here? Probably not. Maybe. People come in, they're like, hi, and then they leave real quick. I'm like, don't leave. ABS pump, yes. Wait, do I have one? I do have one, haha. I vaguely remembered that it's like, hey, I got one of these. That should be it. What was that sound? Oh yeah, you're getting your kajiggers off, yeah. Alright, let's front left door, front left fender, front left door window. Let's take care of that first. Front left door. It's only got toe. Left or right. Also, what kind of car is this? Ah, okay. Listen, you crustaceous cheapskate. But Mr. Crab. A Smith 1500, okay. Okay. That was a good episode. Whoops. Body shop. I need your body shop. No, I do not. I want to go. Can I? Okay, now. Shop. Oh, boys. Okay. Shop. Type. Okay, thank you. Oh, look, it's a Smith 1500. Yes, I need the front left door. Front left door window. Front left fender. Thank you all. I like when he gets the time, it's like this huge coin. Well, I've been in business quite a while, lad. No. No. It didn't say mirror. Did it? No, right taillight, okay. So you're fine with it. That's fine. It's fine. Okay, we need a rear window. I mean, that doesn't even look damaged. Just like this, what's the deal? I have no idea. They both look exactly the same. Right tail light, what's this one? Rear window, there we go. Okay. Yeah, there's like no difference. It's definitely not satisfying. It's like, no, there's no difference. Are you good now? Okay, now let's get some serious action. No, get out of there. Set you up over here. There we go. Alright. Just getting that out of the way. General engine control and repair. Change oil. Car is hard to control. Parallel running gear faults, poor braking performance. So as we're working on the brakes and the suspension, we should find all the other problems. But first, I'm gonna use my tools, boys. Oh, look, they're from Arkansas. I am a little worried, though. This looks like a CIA car. Okay. So, first off, we can definitely see there's a couple parts, a little iffy. But I'm going to run... Whoops, sorry, wrong mode. Sometimes this thing gets real picky about the mode it's in. The throttle definitely needs replaced. But let's do some, no, it's new enough to have one of these. Okay, OBD reader. We're gonna put this on here and see what we can diagnose. Save us a little time. Let's see. Yes, the ABS module is out. 1, 2, 3 spark plugs need replaced. Ignition coil is faulty. Yes, yes, it's like suspected, yes. That's gotta be like the greatest thing right there. Compression tester. This is the second greatest tool. Tells you if your pistons are bad. Oh look, piston 1, 2, 3 bad pistons and piston rings. Here. This is gonna be a complete teardown. Okay. Now, I don't think you need to check this. Because honestly, there's only... The fuel filter and the fuel pump is really all you can... do. I mean, this one has rails, but there's only like a few pieces and they're so easy to check. The test almost takes longer than to check them. And then this, I forget what this checks. Is it like the ignition coil? No. This should technically check spark plugs, but it doesn't. Oh look, the throttle's bad. We knew that just by looking at it. I can see, yeah, if I would have looked at the alternator, I could have told you that was bad too. Fan housing, this tool right here is useless. It does nothing. Heck, we saw it, look. Oh look, is the throttle bad? Why yes, it is. How about you boys? You see anything else wrong with the engine? I hate it when they get in close like that. We need a lot of pulleys. Particularly this guy right here, though. You see anything wrong with him? Nah, we would have never guessed that the alternator was bad. How about you? Or that you needed to change the fuel or the oil filter? Nah. That's how they're supposed to look. Alright, alright, alright. Let's get to pulling here. We're gonna have to take off 3 of the pistons, excuse me. But might as well take off what we know we need to replace anyway. It's the idle roller. Okay. Get me. Thank you. Yeah, we don't know if the timing's off. Okay, we gotta take... That water pump is bad. I don't care what they say. That is completely rusted shut. Yeah. I don't know how these cars, like, are semi-newer looking, can be this badly rusted. It's like, no. Okay, we gotta take off the tensioner. So we can take off the belts. Yeah, that belt's also not gonna stay there if you take that off. Nope. It's gonna be laying on the ground. Because it is bloop, flung right off, you know. Okay. Let me take off the head, which we can't do. Till we get this off. Okay. So one of these ignition coils is completely bad. That one? Yeah. Okay. We gotta take out all the spark plugs anyway. Yeah, because like it showed us on the test two pistons on one side, one piston on the other are bad. God, I would hate to have to put the gaskets in all of this. Because these have gaskets that you're just not seeing. That's another thing that it simplifies it a little too much. Okay, yeah, so in order to get this off, I'm gonna have to take off all the exhaust. And honestly, you know, I can put this back together, what, 10, 15 minutes? This is so not correct, though. This is like several days worth of work. Like, no joke, if a mechanic had it in the shop, this would be a few days worth of work. Now, even if they worked on it, like, got a couple of buddies on it, put like 2 guys on it, it would still take them longer than a day to do. Because you're essentially just tearing down the entire engine. There's so many pieces that you just... Yeah, also that needs replaced, but you know. Alright, so we're gonna have to carry on taking off everything. So we gotta take off the timing cover because we need to get to the cam gears. Gotta take off the cam gears. Okay, oh. Crankshaft. Yeah, we haven't even begun to look at that yet. What are we missing? Really? I can't take... Okay, fine. Okay. But yeah, to get into the pistons, we gotta... I could jack this up and just take off the ones I think are wrong, but... Yeah, honestly, yeah, that cam... A good mechanic, though, is going to tell you, like, how much this is going to cost. So, like, replacing one of these cam gears or camshafts, depending on the car, like, if you didn't pay that much for it to begin with, like, I bought a car once for $900 for my daughter. And she used that car for a very long time until she traded it in. And, you know, she went to work every day with it and whatever. It was a good little car. But we only paid $900 for it. The first thing it immediately needed was brakes. And it cost $900 worth of money to fix the... Because it had to get, like... I'm thinking it needed all new 4 brakes. Plus, it needed a couple of discs. The manifold, you know, the one that... Where it holds your liquid. Which is something they have on here, like this part right here. That part's sitting right there. This part right here that is like your... They call it brake servo, but it's called your master cylinder. Can you entertain your cool. Thank you. But yeah, like the master cylinder, right? So I need a new one of those, and then one of the brake lines, which is another thing they do not show on here, are like little brittle metal tubes that run through here that you have to bleed and replace and etc. It was like $900 worth of work. So technically we just got the car for 900 bucks. That was like the only thing wrong with it though. And it's like that visit technically totaled the car. Because what total, I mean, you think of total, do you think, oh, it's banged up? No. Total means that the total amount of work, you know, the price of the work is more than what you paid for the car. So the brake job that it needed just to be viable totaled the car. But, you know, I mean, we got the money together and we replaced it, but she was without a car for a little bit because it had been driving, just she couldn't stop it, is what it is. I mean, obviously that's not safe, but, you know, obviously when she started getting to where she couldn't stop it at all, she's like, yeah, we need to get this fixed. I'm like, yeah, we do. But she had a job and she was living with us, so it wasn't, you know, she'd come up with the money. It took her a little bit. She was without a car for a couple of weeks, but, you know, got it taken care of. No, I don't know that guy, but who is he? Because I'm pretty sure the EEE was saying it was them. But wasn't that somebody else's name? EEE. Anyway, yes, what are you going to tell me about Bongo Cat? Okay, we got to replace one of the, okay, now that I got it down to where I can get it. Yeah, I remember who it was. You have an update? I've been trying to kind of follow it, but I haven't seen like any more info. He DM'd you? Jeez. Was there no oil in this, or did I just not see it come out? Does he give any more crap? Okay, these two pistons definitely need to come out. Well, I'm pretty sure you can block them on Discord, right? That would pretty much put a stop to it. And honestly, that would be my recommendation, just to go ahead and just block. Because if, I mean, honestly, if he popped up on here, I'd block him. So I don't need that kind of hatred in my anything. So let's see, what 65, and this is at a, I mean, this one looks kind of bad, but it's just at what they need. All right, so those three pistons we know are bad. I'm hoping the rings are on those, because it's going to be a pain in the butt if I gotta take out all these. You'd rather let the suspense go on? I just block them. I'm just serious. I just would. I don't put up with toxic crap like that. Except in situations I have no control over it, like, you know, my ex-wife. She does some toxic shit to me, and then, you know, I'm not allowed to do anything back, though. It's like, no, you start this crap, and then you don't want to finish it, or you don't like the way it's finished, so then you do other crap, and it's like, nah, we're done here. All right, we need what? Piston with con. Hey, let's get pistons first of all. No, we need the other. Okay, we need 3 of these. I know it said we only need a couple of these. Let's go ahead and get 3. I mean, it works. If you want to, go for it. I don't care. I wouldn't call her anything if I had my way about it. She could just be completely out of my universe, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, and that's not wishing anything bad on anybody. That's just, she's not a part of my life. Why bother? You know? Oh, a couple of those were good. All right, let's see the list. Please? Okay. Piston. 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 Ah, crap. Yeah, there's at least one set of piston rings. It's... That's one thing I don't like about this game. It's like, oh yeah, you got 3 pistons that are bad, but also the rings on those are great. But so you're gonna have to tear off all the pistons to get the rings that are bad. I'm just gonna take them all off. Yeah, because there's one set of rings. It's like, I'm betting it's on some of these that don't look that great. But I'm also not taking the chance I've got to jack this up and down again. So we're just gonna loosen all these up. Are we good? Yes. Okay. Oh, I think you know enough. I think the entire world knows enough. Okay, I'm gonna start taking off the ones that are really nasty here. Piston ring, 3%. There. Hey, we hit it first try. What do you know? Okay, let me... See, the piston was okay. 66, but yeah. We'll put in better piston rings. There we go. I don't want to have to yank all of them out. Okay. We still have something that's undetected, but... Okay. Piston rings are taken care of. Okay. I think we're set. Basically, if I get this put back together and it tells me, oh, you forgot something, I'll be like, nope, I didn't see it. It was fine. We know nothing. Yeah, flop those back in there. I've even had cars to where, like, this sounds stupid because these are universal. Like spark plugs, if you got the right size, there's many sizes. But they should be fairly universal and you shouldn't have to put them back in the right order. But I've had some where it's like, for whatever reason, like they've been sitting in there for a while. I don't know, you know, I normally only replace them if they're like... Oh, 65%, that's what I was checking. You know, if they're like bad. Although some people will just replace them anyway. But you're supposed to gap them like certain intervals and stuff, but what was I gonna say? Yeah, like some of them won't fit right because they've had the spark plug in there for so long that it's like they only fit that way. It's like, it's weird, but it happens. Merely a great way to make a podcast. Well, maybe. See, it's not that I'm not, you know, wanting to make it. It's just, in order to make it, I've got to have, and I will be the first one to admit, this makes me sound completely lazy and just completely unmotivated, or however you want to take it. But, you know, you got to keep in mind that I'm disabled. So, you know, you got to cut me a little slack. But, you know, when I get up in the morning, I have zero energy. Yeah. Are you Spark? No. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Spark's just like, you need to do that. I'm like, I got to figure out where I'd put it in my day, you know? Because honestly, like I get, like last night, you know, you were here, you heard all about how I couldn't sleep and etc. So, you know, I didn't get out of bed till like 1 o'clock. And by the time I go in there and, you know, either cook a little something or heat up a burrito, I sit down in my chair and it takes me a little bit, because I honestly, when I get out of bed, like obviously the first thing you do, you throw some clothes on to go use the bathroom. Well, it takes me like 30 minutes to actually roll out of bed, because I gotta roll and then I gotta sit up for a minute, catch my breath. It's terrible. And then I gotta, you know, get clothes on. And then by the time I do, was this one bad? I don't know. It sounds kind of sus. You know, Spark hadn't been around in a while. Maybe you are. I mean, honestly, it would, you know, if it is, it's like, it doesn't bother me. It's like, I know you guys like were doing that to help us get numbers, but I just appreciate some honesty. You know, if these are all alt accounts, just let me know, because I feel like I'm having conversations with people that aren't real, and it begins to play with you sometimes. Supercharge intake manifold V8. There we go. Yeah, just a regular V8. All right, is this piece okay? Can I put that on? Okay. Just gonna lock it down just because I can, and it's here. But yeah, see that, I mean, honestly, you guys are like, oh, hey, let's give them some numbers, but when we're looking at the numbers on our side, like me and Joe and whatever, I mean, if we got one person pretending to be 8 people, you oh, that's when you gotta just man up and become the yeah, man up. How dare I? That's insensitive. No. But you gotta not necessarily man up, but let's say hero up and be your own hero in your own story, you know. 65, that's barely passable. I need 3 spark plugs. Please. Thank you. Oh. Yeah, let's just say I'm not overly happy with my life right now. I mean, I'm just not. I mean, I still don't think I should be having to be punished for not seeing my children just because the other person in this exchange wanted somebody new. I mean, that's what it boils down to. I'm bored with you. I want something new. You shouldn't just make me not see my kids over that. All of the anger, the hostility, and whatever that's between us just has to do with the fact that you made a choice that wasn't great for our family. Sure, you think it's great because you're having a great time over there. But just because you're changing whatever shouldn't mean that I can't see my kids. I didn't do a thing to those kids, you know? Sorry, I'm getting into this crap again. What are we, V8? V8. Yeah, that makes zero sense to me. And this is never going to play out to... I don't think it's going to ever play out to anybody's satisfaction because, you know, clearly she's going to keep being an idiot and doing what she's doing. The kids are going to turn 18 and they're going to, you know, regardless of what they do, I mean, they're going to grow up, and then what she's going to wind up doing is having a bunch of kids that resent her because she is the one that's kept them away from their dad. You know, it's not like they made this actual choice, regardless of what she tells people. She's the one implementing this just because she's spiteful, which she really has no reason to be. You got called a couple names, get over it. You were acting that way towards me, and get over it. You know? I mean, you guys know me, I'm not overly... You know, I'm pretty easy to get along with, and people get in my face. I like to diffuse situations and whatnot. I'm not overly, like, out to get anybody. And honestly, I just want a simple life where I can see my kids on the weekends. Shouldn't be too much to ask, you know? But there you go. In breaking news, man is depressed. Mr. Beast ends him. Oh no, not Mr. Beast. Hey, Pablo, welcome to stream. Hola, soy nuevo. No hablo español. Unfortunately. I really wish I could speak Spanish. Or Portuguese. That's a good one on my channel too. I get a lot of people from Brazil coming in and be like, you know, oh, we like you. And you know what? I begin to wonder sometimes when they find me, it's like, are they wanting to learn a new language, like English? Some of them are like, I speak English very slowly. And I'm like, well, that's cool. We don't mind, you know? But welcome, Pablo. Welcome to the stream. Okay, we need ABS. Module oil. Yeah, I'm having to hit A like a couple times on this tonight. And I can't tell if it's the computer or if it's the new web browser, but... Oh, it's not a problem. Yeah, I'm sorry I don't speak Spanish, you know? I mean, if you know a little English, hey, hang out. It's cool. Yeah. All right, what else do we need in the engine? I think... are we almost... A water pump, idler roller, okay. Idler roller, serpentine belt alternator, idle roller, and then part not discovered. What would the part not... Oh, it might be like an air filter. We'll check that out. I think I've got everything else pretty well done. I need a water pump, though. No entiendo mucho inglés. Well, thank you. Hey, man, hopefully at some point, you know, we can, you know, get together. If you leave... How do you say this to somebody that doesn't speak English? If you leave comments after videos, I use the Google Translate to copy them and then make answers back. So I appreciate it, though. Thank you very much. Muchas gracias. That's like all the Spanish I know. It's like, thank you. Oh, watch out, Slime Man's getting in on it. Get her done, Slime. Just like Sparkler was good for that, you know? Okay, I need an idle roller. B. Oh, wait, thank you. I'll take that. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll take 2 more. What the heck, you know. We'll just freshen it up a bit. I will be attentive to your direct. Well, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so when I plan on getting a new computer at some point here. And hopefully when I get it, I can put up like a second monitor. Because honestly, I think if I had, okay, my game running on one side and I put up another one just for the chat, I think I'd put up the translator and just be like copy, paste, and just bounce that back and forth because I have no idea how to pronounce anything. And I think it might work out pretty well that way. We'll have to see. I mean, obviously. Do I have an alternator? I do not have an alternator. So just a straight up alternator. Alternator. I don't know how to spell alternator tonight. There we go. Alternator. There we go. These engine cavities are so packed that I need an exhaust manifold. Okay. All right, 1 exhaust manifold. I believe we need the V8 flavor. Yeah, that one right there, I think. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna screw that down right there. There we go. Okay. Oh, yeah, we still got a belt. Okay. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, put that on. Whoop, nope. Wrong button. No, that's a bad belt. Gotta put on a fresh one. Serpentine belt A. Serpentine belt A V8. Yeah, that looks right, I guess. Yeah, give me that squiggly one right there. That looks like it fits around all the pulleys. Okay, and then we'll put on... yeah, that should be fine, I think. Okay. Okay, we got one part undetected. But I think that's everything. Okay, let's... No, give me that. Okay, we'll double check the air filter. Wait, let's double check the battery first. Because, you know... Nope. Gonna say, yeah, that's one test that one electronics did. I think that's why I wanted to grab the air filter. Because, I mean, we have torn the engine apart, really. And the only other thing I could think of is maybe it's one of the clips, you know, or one of the, what do you call those, caps at the bottom. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, like the only thing we haven't looked at is the air filter. And it's really dumb if they put that in the list, because it's like, oh, yeah, it's making a noise. You wouldn't know if it's the air filter. Not without looking. Yeah, that's bad. Ooh, look how black that is. Oh. Ugh. Oh, from Paraguay. Oh, awesome. Thank you, I appreciate it. Okay, we're gonna get the air filter. Yeah, and hopefully I'm entertaining, I mean... Now, here in the future, I do plan on doing a little bit more like Warcraft and things like that. I know, you know, my older son that I live with, he, that's like one of the big things. He wants to get a PC that can run that game, so he's like, Dad, I want to play this game and play with you. And I'm like, well, we can, you know. I'm 100% not happy with the way they have done new things, but I mean, it's still a playable game. It's just the way they did this new squish thing. They basically made it to where, you know, you can level up your entire character in one area without ever checking out any of the other continents. And it's kind of dumb. I mean, if you ask me honestly, it is kind of short-sighted of them to do, so. Okay. Well, I know I definitely need a new one. What is that? Is that the brake caliper? Yeah. This side needs a lot of work. Okay. All right, we're gonna take off the tires. I think my son's home. I hear rustling in the other room. Look at that, I just got loud neighbors. Either way. Okay, we're gonna take this off because this is bad. That knuckle's bad too. WWE? WWE? I still think it's kind of funny that, like, when I was growing up, we didn't have the WWE, we had the WWF. And it was like that for a very long time in the 80s. And I guess because, you know, they had the World Wildlife Foundation, which is also WWF, they decided to change their logo. Instead of the Worldwide Wrestling Federation, they changed it to, what is it? Worldwide Wrestling Entertainment, or whatever they... I don't even know what WWE actually stands for. But yeah, it used to be WWF. And they changed it. I mean, it was like that for years. We're talking like at least 10 years. You know, it was WWF. And they changed it because of the World Wildlife Foundation. Because they're like... I could just imagine what... Hello? No, you change your logo. Well, we're about protecting wildlife. We can't change our... You change your logo. Look, we're a bunch of wrestlers. You change your logo. No. Front steering knuckle B. Okay. All right, we'll get this car back up. Front steering knuckle B. All right, I'd like one. We're going to need tie rods. Nope, get on there. There you go. Okay. This... Yeah. Alright, hold on a second. Let me... Sometimes I can repair things. Oh, look, a throttle. Should have repaired that earlier. Okay. Oh, the alternator I could have repaired. End caps. Yeah, get those repaired. There we go, lower suspension arm. Why do I have another oil pan? I don't understand. I can imagine he just got like a piece of sandpaper and he's over there just, you know, filing off the rust. Now, did I get it repaired? I'm gonna guess it failed so bad it didn't work, or it was for another car. Actually, it was for another car. This is wrong. Okay. It was lower. We need a bottom. Bottom sus. There we go. Okay, I need a new tie rod. What else do I need over? Did I need a new... Oh, sway bar, yeah. Okay, let's address this side real quick. Pull some parts off. Oh, that disc brake. That disc needs off. Okay. Now, see, another thing that I really think this game is I absolutely loved it. Come on, load. Okay, woo. Stop there for a minute. Yeah, Among Us entirely has gotten annoying. I mean, I didn't think it was a great game to begin with, but they've done so much stuff with it. It's like, okay, we get it. You know how to lie to people, you know. I was talking with an old friend of mine. Not older, she's not that old. She's like a year older than me, but she, you know, one of these people that I've known like all my life. I was talking to her yesterday and she was all like, yeah, we play Among Us and this and that. I'm like, you know, I played it once. I don't have a lot of fun with it, you know. Maybe it's just me. You know, I played the Town of Salem a lot back in the day when it came out, but I don't know. I don't have as much fun with it. You know, and then if you pull like groups, everybody leaves if they're not the imposter, and it's like, really? Yeah, that's just not a... It's just not a good time, I'd say. I mean, you can enjoy it with groups, but... I don't know, at the end of the day, I want to play something else like Warcraft or... even this. Okay, what is... These are the ventilated. Yeah, I need 2 of those. Starting to hack to ruin people's day. I mean, you know. Okay, got that one. I don't understand why I can't do all calibers either. Okay, that side should be pretty well done. Let me look at my toolbox for a minute. I have an upgrade. Oh, I do have a couple points. What's this one? Screwing and unscrewing. Ooh. Yes, please. Screws on fire. Does that give me more things I can... Boom! Oh, I do have a couple things I can do rims now, apparently. Huh. I am just an amazing mechanic. So amazing. Upper, yeah. All right, we need an upper. Just this one, thank you. What did I get? 4 cars at the beginning of this? I'm still working on them. 76, 60. No. Now I gotta check. What's your 65? Okay, that technically falls under the parameters, so. I'll give you a secret. This isn't on Xbox. This is on my computer. This is right off of Steam. So that's why I can still do this. Was that B that we needed? Yeah, I didn't even know this was available on Xbox. I was looking at it. I think it recently got put there, but I don't remember ever seeing it on there. Yeah, if I had my Xbox, I'd be playing more Star Wars. I was going to start playing. Yeah, I was kind of like the thought was like, hey, what was the last thing I wanted to do? I was going to do something with Joe, and I was like, hey, I should start playing more Star Wars. And apparently it heard my thought, and it was like, nope. Double wishbone shock absorber. I need to buy one. Okay. But one thing I really like about this game is you can edit the radio. Now, I've got kind of a playlist that I like to listen to. You know, I got a lot of songs, but I can't listen to them when I'm streaming for obvious reasons. It's kind of disappointing, actually, because, I mean, honestly, the music... Whoops. Let me put it together. The music in this game is, like, almost pure garbage. But when you can go on like YouTube or anywhere so you can get music, you know, download it to a converter into an OGG file, and then you can put it in the file of the game. It's really nice. Yeah, I've got my own like customized radio that I listen to. I jam out, I'm sitting back here, it's playing in the background while I'm like, vroom, vroom, vroom. It's great. Most nights it's what I'm doing. Like last night though, I didn't work on this. I took a little time off and I played some more crap because I wanted to see what the new area was like. Because, you know, I'm gonna be playing it with this slime man on Friday. I'm hoping Joe will be there too, because I'd really like... And of course, anybody else, if you want to play, you're more than welcome to. We don't know what server we're hitting yet. But if you've got the game, you know, if you can download it, we'll play the free. We're going to play to like... It does give you to level 20, which now with the squish makes it even... to where you get even more things, so... In one respect, it's like, hey, I get to play farther, but in another respect, it's like... This level 20 is nowhere nothing like the level 20 that I'm used to, so... I don't know, maybe it'll be for the better. But in my thinking, because Blizzard's always been bass-ackwards, to put it politely, about updates and certain things that they do. And they've always kind of like when the new stuff comes out, certain things get nerfed so that you basically, this makes no sense. It's like, okay, I'm gonna make this stuff that you worked hard for hit less, so you have to go get new stuff. No, we're gonna go get the new stuff because it's new. It has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that my old gear don't work. They do that. They do, oh well, we're gonna make this not work, so you have to go get new. We were gonna go get new anyway. But I think what they did is because people were just complaining so much they wanted the classic, that they took the idea of the classic, which was, hey, the top level is level 60, and apparently people can't count higher than 60. Let's bring down our level 20 or what was it, 40, 30. Let's bring all the gear down to where it's your max level's level 60 again. No, you had double the stuff existing in the world, and now you've cheapened everything by doing that. It's crazy. It's so crazy. I don't think it's a good push for the game. I don't. But I can't even tell you if it's going to be a better playthrough for the new people, because the way I'm reading this, because I've looked this up on several things, and the way I'm understanding it is now you can go from level 1 to level 50 on any continent. Before, you used to have to travel, you know, once you got, like, let's say level 30, you know, level 10, you start off like level 1 to level 10, you starter area, and then you go into level 10 to 20, that was like the next higher up area, and then once you hit like level, what was it? Well, level 60 in the original, then you would take a magic portal to a completely alien world, and you'd get up to level 70, and then from there, you would go over to the continent Northrend from level 70 to 80, and you would play there. Well, now what they made, there's no reason for you to leave your continent. So what's the point of Northrend now? If I can go to level 50 and then go to the new area from 50 to 60, which is exactly what they've done with all the other content, there's no reason for me to ever leave my original area. You know, it's like, I mean, it's kind of like, you know, never leaving the United States and only going to 1 or 2 states like I have in my life. You know, it's like, why would you do that? I don't know. But they made all this content back in the day, and now nobody's going to look at it because everybody's just power leveling through everything. It's crazy. And last night I played for like 2 hours. I went up like 15 levels or something. It's insane. I shouldn't be getting that much. I think it's cheapening the experience. And honestly, I think what they're doing is they're cheapening the original so badly because they're probably going to make it a little more, you know, free to play, which, you know, now level 20 is like a big thing. But it also makes the players that don't like the new changes really want to play the classic, and you can only do the classic on a paid subscription. So I don't know if that was their goal, but it really sucks what they did. It really does. Okay. Wait, I'm already here. Like, wait a minute, where's that one right there? Okay, wheel hub. We'll take one of these. We'll take one of these. But yeah, hopefully, I mean, at least, hopefully it'll be a fun experience. I know. Really? Sorry, I didn't get the rear one, even though they're exactly designed the same. It's okay, I'll have another job I'm sure I'll use it on. Okay. Oh man, it's getting late. It's almost time for me to get out of here. I need to get this car fixed up. I think we're coming down to the end of it. Rear drive axle. There we go. But yeah, I mean, like 6 months ago, I was looking at, you know, Warcraft, and it's when my son learned that his little POS laptop wouldn't play it. You know, it was still fine. So I honestly expected to come into just the same world, but no, everything has been changed. Now, I've already been through it once. You can opt in to do it the old way. Well, the old new way. It's basically you start off in the old starting area with all the new content that they put into it. But I mean, with all this new stuff that they've added, it's crazy. Okay, that's fine. 61, no. Nope, come on, lock on. There you go. Okay, and then is the top okay? I don't think it is. What's the minimum? Oh, 65. Yeah, we've got one that barely passes. Well, I hate kind of cheapening the parts out like that, but in the long run, it makes it to where the customer, I guess, is just... It's kind of cheaper on their wallet, so I guess it makes sense. Nope, 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 nope. I need to buy... I already burned through 6 of these already. Crazy. There we go. Some jobs, you know, they only require like 40%. So I'll use, you know, the other ones on it, but... Oh, wait. Yes, that's what I want to do. Okay, lock that down. I almost hate putting the tires back on because, you know something somewhere is going to be messed up. Yeah, that looks... kind of looks okay. Okay. Let's, I know the brakes need done, so we'll get them under control and then we'll see what we got left. Yeah, I tried booting my Xbox actually the other day. Still nothing, so I'm like, I just need to give it up. I'm just so sad that it didn't make it, you know? Oh well. Okay, so this is all the obvious stuff that, without pulling apart every single bushing, this is what I found wrong with the car. Okay, we'll get the tire on, and then we'll go through our list and make sure we got whatever we got. Okay. No. No, I was just going through my list. Okay. Okay, so this is all the engine stuff. I believe we got everything. Yeah, we're good on that. Okay. We got to change the oil. Outer tie rod, inner tie rod, good. Pair all running down. Oh. Rear suspension, alright. Rubber bushing. Okay, we have 2 rubber bushings that we know are bad. These are probably 2 other ones that I haven't found yet. Okay. Is that all of them? I think that might be all of them. Yeah, we just gotta track down a couple rubber, I guess it's rubber bushings. Oh, we're good on brakes though. Okay. Okay, so 2 that I know are bad and 2 that are not. I don't know. Okay. Where would I put them though? I mean, that insinuates that I was paying attention and actually saw them. Well, I think this one over here I didn't put back. So that might be one, you know. There we go. And how about over here? Same deal? No, it's not out. And it actually looks okay. Okay. Oh, that one right there, though, that is definitely bad. See, it's like you can just... if it's not shiny, it's bad. One across the way is the same deal. Okay. Yeah, look how... yeah, that is. I just hope I can find the one that I've got marked. Okay. Okay, yeah, so I got one... I have one rubber bushing, I think. Yeah, I got the two that I didn't know about. Okay. So where is the one I know? Because I guarantee you it's one I put back in here that's just slightly worse. That's funny. You're in there just playing Stardew Valley instruments. Nice. Did I have to take this off before? I don't know. Now I want to assume that it's just... okay. No, I want this side. I'll see, 74% should be fine. I'm gonna throw that back on. Yeah, because this car is... yeah, 65%. So we need a rubber bushing that's 65% or less. That might have been on a piece that I put back on here. But here's the thing. How do you tell without taking it completely off? And was it on the front? It could be. $76, $68. Okay, just grab this. Okay, 83. I wouldn't have known. Unless it was one of these random ones that, like, doesn't tell. Which is very possible. That was 69. See, it's a piece that I've already taken off, though, so... I mean, unless 100% it actually, just, you know, because, like, you've got a certain number of parts that it just identifies, because I've gotten, like, levels up. And it'll just identify them for you. Or, you know, you've taken it out and completely left it off, and it's just sitting there looking at you. Yeah, you know, like that. Was that by chance the, yeah, there we go. I was gonna go crazy. Okay. Hold still, will you? Okay, now we gotta get to... that is not what I want to do. That was what I wanted to do. Okay, thank you. We gotta get to putting these back on. I thought we were done. Nope. We gotta lock these pistons down. Sent you a cat? Okay, cool. As long as it wasn't a bongo cat. Alright, one more. Whoop, 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 whoop. I didn't have enough? Okay. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Even the oil pan's like, yeah, I'm ready to get here. What the? Oil pan V8. Really? That's like the first one of... Okay. There you go. Brand new. Yeah, that something else. That's not something you're just going to have. You'd have to go hunt that down on the internet. It's terrible. Oh, I'm sorry. Take off. Game should be smart enough to know. Oil filter V8. Yeah, give me a yellow one. Couldn't quite tell the color, you know, when I had it. Put that back on there. There you go. Okay. I think that's everything under here. Let's fill her up with some Earl. I think we did okay on this build. Now we're going to overfill the oil because I don't know any other way to get it to max. I mean, that right there, I'd be like, okay, stop, we're done. But it's only 3/4 of the way there. Yep, now we're done. Okay. Okay. Checklist, please. All that's done. 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 Double done. As far as I know, yeah, we got everything, so... Bam! Boom! Out of the park. And we still got that guy. Oh, but you know what? How much... Wait, how much you got to... Okay, transmission's easy. These three things are super easy. Okay, well, we you know what? No, we can get him done. We'll go like 10 more minutes. We'll get him done. It's just taking the gearbox off and get him a new clutch. We're fine. Give oil or boil. Yep. Well, not so much boiling, but you melt your car. Well, actually, the water in your car will boil. It will get to the point where it's no longer liquid, and it will blow your radiator up because it just can't handle the amount of that heat. Also, your pistons will get like super hot. Oh, sorry. Did I not take off your starter? No, you pain in the... I'm sorry, but their starter is just slightly an inch too high. You have to get it from the engine bay. Bull crap. Give me a wrench. I'll show you. Starters are almost always easier to get out from under the car, especially if you put them up on a lift. I want that not to be a rule. I want to... Okay, yeah, game developers that don't watch me, for the 2021-22 release that you're going to make of this game, newer, make it to where we can take off the starter anywhere we want. I'm getting real tired of having to jack up and down these engines. Just to, you know, get a starter off that should be taken out from behind underneath anyway. Okay. Alright, yep, yeah, oh, middle piece there, wait. There you go. Okay. Now pressure plate, here we go. Yeah, and there's like all kinds of like lining up you gotta do with these too. It's not just pull it off, put it back on. It's in depth. Okay, first a flywheel. Okay, then 3 clutch parts. Yes, the clutch plates and the clutch pressure plates. And then the clutch release bearing. Yes, quite, yes. Okay. There we go. Clutch plate. Clutch pressure plate. Lock that puppy down. There we go. And then nut release bearing. And it's kind of what helps get the clutch where it's going. And then we're going to put gearbox 16B. Gearbox 16B. It always is like an 06. My eyes are bad. Oh, good gravy. It's always like, what is it? It's an 06? No, it's a 16. There's a parenthesis, and it makes it look like an O. Okay, back up. Gonna put the drive shaft. There you go. Good job, sir. Okay, we good? Bam, 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 bam. You are good to go. We're done in 5 minutes. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. No. We gotta put the starter on. It's gonna take another 2 minutes. Gotta jack the car down. This is so... Again, let me put the starter on. That would be so much... honestly, how many inches do we have to... I mean, you see where the high fender is on this? We've got to reach, you know, like 2 feet down to hit the starter. But if we were underneath it, like 1 foot up, tops. Tops. Are you sure that doesn't need replaced? Yeah, you're at 41. Okay. I mean, I would replace it, but... You know, I'm not the person that owns it. Clearly, this is like their mode of transportation, not their classic car they got sitting in a shed. I'd rip them. I'd start sanding. I'd try to save it. I'd get her all shiny. Replace that. Yeah, I mean, you know, we already got the work. Hey, is that paint place open? We need to get some primer on here. We'll kick out some, you know, buff it down. Look at all those scratches. We'll polish her right up. Get you some... Yeah. Oh, well. Oh, well. We fixed this. Honestly, I wouldn't let this get out of the place. I mean, I don't know too many places that are body shops that would allow a car to leave just with... I mean, I'm guessing that's primer, but it looks like it might be bare metal. Because that's just going to rust out the minute you get it wet. Yeah, I am the Wikipedia. Well, no. But, I mean, honestly, this game plays really well. I mean, it really does. I like having the garage. I like being able to tear apart the cars. The way it works, everything works. I will tell you, they did have a sale, and for like $2.50, or actually $3, okay? I got the Car Mechanic Simulator 2015, and it came with a DeLorean DLC for $3. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool. I could work on the Back to the Future car. But it handles similar, but first of all, there's no custom radio. I was like, dang it. I have a controller that I use with the PC. It's just a standard Xbox controller, but it's got the cables, so that's my main controller. I love using the controller on here. It's so easier on my hands instead of having to find the keys. It doesn't do that, so I'm like lost trying to click on the mouse and figure out what menu buttons there are. It's just not as comfortable to use. I played it for like 5 minutes and was like, I'm going back. But, you know, for $3, maybe I can figure out how to get the controller like mapped. If I can get it, I know there's programs out there that'll do it. That would make my day, and then I could be working on a DeLorean. Which, if I had everything open right, you know, if you're going to put a DeLorean in a game, and you're a body shop, You absolutely have to get some kind of pack in there where you can add like the props, or like make a flux capacitor, the Mr. Fusion fin on top, all that good stuff to make it look like, you know, the DeLorean from Back to the Future. There is no reason not to do this. This is the only reason people collect this car. And fun fact, here locally, and I don't know if it's still available, one of the auto places had a DeLorean for $29,000. And obviously, if I was a big YouTuber, I probably would have bought it. It was on like one of the sale things, like my local Facebook or whatever. You know, they have a used DeLorean. It runs for $29,000. I would so put the money in that to make it look like a Back to the Future car, without hesitation. If I had millions, I would have a garage somewhere that would have. I would make. I mean, even though they're not like, what do you call it? They're replicas. They're not actual cars in the movie, but I would make them just to have them. There's just certain cars that I think, when I used to go to car shows, like I've been to like 2 or 3 with my dad. Again, I'm not a big car guy, but sometimes this stuff would come in town and we get like free tickets or something. It'd be neat to go to. I've seen one of the General Lees that was in the old Dukes of Hazzard. I have touched the original Batman car, you know, with Adam West back in the 60s. I think they were letting little kids like sit in it. They had the door open, you know, you got to like sit in it and look at all this stuff. It was amazing. I was like 7, I don't know. But I remember that. I mean, you know, they had the Knight Rider car, you know, kit, which I mean, basically is just like an 85 Trans Am with just a Battlestar Galactica Cylon red light at the front. That's all they did, you know, to make that car. It was just like awesome. But, you know, I mean, they had it there and I'm like, oh, this is cool. I think one of them even had like the A-Team van. It's like, it's just a black van. It's like a black 1983 GMC van that they put a red stripe on. But it's the van, you know. And I don't know if I'd necessarily be as crazy over that as I would be like, you know, like an old white hearse to make like Ecto 1 or the DeLorean. Because honestly, the DeLorean should be pretty hard to find. Because that company went out of business. They went bankrupt. Which doesn't make sense to me. I mean, if they were any kind of a, you know, what do I know? The guy put all his money into it and then they started having issues with production because they cut corners or something. I forget exactly what it is, but yeah, they didn't run well. But, you know, those are the kind of cars I would like to have or play with. I'm not so much into like the muscle car, be like, oh yeah, fix this up. It's a 1960 whatever. And I'm like, no, you give me kit. You give me like Ecto 1, Dukes of Hazzard, Dodge Charger, which you won't be able to find. They don't make them for cars repairing. But yeah, I want fun movie cars like that. I want one of the old Batmobiles. I want, you know, just little fun stuff like that that you could. Those are the cars that you like. Hey, you want to see? You know, what I got in the garage, and they come out and they're like, wow, you know, it's just like it's a muscle car. Yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. I have to go figure out my dinner. Oh, I do not feel like cooking or making anything tonight. I'm exhausted and I've done nothing. It's terrible. And I know if my son gets home, he's not gonna want to make anything. He'll heat him up a burrito and he'll go to bed. So, but we'll see. Hopefully, I get some good food here. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. So, you know, as much as I, on the one hand, I don't know if this game is like super entertaining to watch. But on the other hand, it's like, I really like playing it. And it's really calming. And I don't know, a lot of guys or whatever, you know, they're like, hey, this is a cool car game. You know, we can take cars apart and whatever. But just sitting here and doing that and talking with everybody. That's as close to the podcast I have actually right now. But, I enjoy kind of doing it, and you know, maybe we'll do it like maybe once a week or once every other week or something. I don't know. But we'll see. You know, I may eventually get bored with it because I can kind of see like today, I'm starting to get to where it's like, oh, it's another break job, you know. But as long as it's still kind of interesting to me, I'll still do it. But have a good night, guys. Stay safe, stay warm, stay out of the hospital if you can help it. Yeah, take care of yourselves, and I will see you tomorrow. Hopefully.